and Lead Artist is going to be the last one in under Kieran Schumacher for Juddmonte. Lined up for the Bet365 mile, and they're off. Away and heading down the back straight to begin with. Lead Artist was away well. Hartem is going forward, and Dancing Gemini on the inside. A little wider out of the field is Ice Max as they race through the first furlong. Hartem, Lead Artist, Ice Max the grey out wide. Alcantor in a blue jacket with a yellow cap. Then Dancing Gemini, Tamfana held up on the inside in the green cap, then the grey Cash, and Cicero's Gift is the back marker as they continue down the back straight, approaching the right-hander, and it's Hartem on the inside of Ice Max. These two just opening up a little bit here from Dancing Gemini and Lead Artist disputing third. Alcantor is all alone in fifth place behind these in the hands of Ryan Moore. 3 lengths further back to Tamfana, Cash, and Cicero's Gift. Looks quite a strongly run race with Ice Max getting up on the outside of Hartem now as they swing the corner. Dancing Gemini back in third on the inside of Lead Artist. Alcantor, Tamfana, Cash, and Cicero's Gift. They're in the home straight now. Ice Max wide of Hartem next to the rail. Plenty of daylight there for Dancing Gemini, who travels well and will come between the front pair. Then Lead Artist, who's pushed along, angled out. Alcantor comes there quite strongly. Tamfana on the heels of the leaders. Dancing Gemini cruising up to Hartem. Then Ice Max, Tamfana, the fillies running on. Now he says go on Dancing Gemini, and he quickens up well as he did at Doncaster. And Dancing Gemini is soon away from Tamfana, racing up the hill. Dancing Gemini by 3 lengths to Tamfana, and it's going to be Dancing Gemini for the Bet365 mile. Looks a useful miler this season. Tamfana second, Cicero's Gift a big run in third, followed home by Alcantor in fourth.
Got time for a quick word with Rossa Ryan because he's about to go up and get his trophy, but he has won the Bet365 mile on Dancing Gemini. He did that really nicely and seemed to settle it with a smart turn of foot.
Yeah, he did, and he showed a great turn of foot because I just had to pop him into that gap, and I took him pulling again, and he came back underneath me. Gave me a lovely feel. Everything was so smooth on him, and I'd imagine when the ground quickens up a bit more, he'll be a lot happier again.
Okay. And it looks like he's, I mean, that was a great performance at Doncaster. He's very much back that hurt. It looks like this could be his season to thrive.
I think so. Look, I know there's Godolphin's notable speech and there's Rosalia now to Richard Hannon's, but I wouldn't rule this out. He might be a horse that might go to France as well as do in England. He's very versatile. He showed that last year in the French Guineas on any ground, but I think good ground is probably his preference, and I'm sure Roger will have great joy sitting back with a glass of wine now looking through the calendar to see where he goes next.
And is this his trip, a mile?
I think he'll stretch out to a mile and a quarter in time. I just don't think they need to be in a rush just yet, but it wouldn't surprise me by the end of the year that if he does end up going up to a mile and a quarter.
Oh, he's going to have a good season, don't you sense it?
Yeah, I mean, we were obviously delighted after Donny, and just back in that run up today was great to see, you know. And yeah, look, we said we'd follow in the path of Sharon, and we've done that, and we're 2 for 2, and Sharon got beat in the Lockinge, but yeah, I don't know where we're going yet, but your heart says Lockinge, but maybe your head says France, but yeah.
What in France?
The Disband, which is a 9 furlong race. I'm not saying it's an easy Group 1, but you know, he needs to win a Group 1 race, this fella, so we've got to just think, but I mean, the way he's won today, you know, Newbury looks very tempting, doesn't it? But yeah, I'll have to speak to David and just get our feet back on the floor, and yeah.
I know what you mean about the Ispahan. You know, you can get that maybe the top French horses just starting the season. It can sometimes be a Group 1 that you can grab, and of course he's travelled well and finished second in the Poulain before. Absolutely,
yeah. No, he's been to France before, and so like I say, he's had the experience of travelling. So. But Newbury's only 15 minutes away from me.
And he just looks like he's put it all together for you this season. I mean, last season things didn't go so smoothly. Was your you were happy with the form of your yard last season?
Look, no, it was very questionable midsummer last year. We were right. They were running well, but without winning, and we had loads of places, but they weren't foreign. But this horse's biggest downfall last year was the weather. I mean, he was always having to run on soft ground, and probably the Derby took a lot out of him. And we've never had a Derby runner before, and the way where he was in the Derby, coming from the back, it was a harder race than we wanted it to be, and and it probably took his toll. And then he ran the Eclipse here on that really soft ground because they'd watered, and then it rained the night before, and it was. But we got sort of, me and David said afterwards, in hindsight, it was wonderful, but we should have probably pulled him out on the day. But there wasn't many runners, so you take your chance. He travelled around, like I remember Kieran saying to me, he said, I was laughing at him 2 out. He said, I was laughing at, but he just didn't pick up on that heavy ground. And then went to Goodwood, and he got himself too stressed out at Goodwood. It was a hot day, boiling hot day, and he just overheated that day. But then we got confidence of when he ran at Ascot, and it showed that we still had a horse to work with. So and I mean at home he's just it's just amazing to watch him on the gallops. You have to pinch yourself sometimes. I know Aidan O'Brien's got 25 of him, and Mr. Gosden's got a string, and Charlie Appleby in that, but I've only got one. And I always say, I don't know if they got better than me, but if they are, they're bloody good horses because he's what I think is a proper horse. So
I think he's a proper horse about to have a proper season. I'm sure you choose right between the Ispahan and the Locking John. I do hope you have a season to emulate what Sharon did last season.
Please God, please God. Thank you.
Roger, I'll let you go watch it again. Congratulations.
Cheers, thank you.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.